Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm back. Oh, yes, I am. I'm back. I was away to Aruba with the hubby. It was supposed to be 6 days, but thanks to JetBlue having to cancel my flight on Sunday night due to mechanical difficulties, thank goodness that they happened on the ground, not in the air, I'll tell you that much. We got an extra night in Aruba. Yesterday was another shit show trying to get home, but hey, I'll get into that in a moment. So, first of all, I want to say thank you, everybody who is joining me in the live chat. Hi, Cherry. I just want to also ask all of you guys to please keep our trusty moderator, Menopausal Queen, in your thoughts. She had tooth extraction surgery and then got an infection because of it. So she's pretty not doing well right now. She's pretty sick right now. So excuse me. So please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Hi Nathan. Hi Tina. Hi Melissa. Hi Cordana. Hi Isabella. Thank you everybody for joining me. I'm happy to be back with you guys. We had a nice vacay. Yes, we did. And I got to have breakfast with a pirate. Did you guys actually think I wasn't going to hunt him down and have breakfast with him? I did. So, hey, let's get right into it, okay? So, first of all, some of my Aruba pictures, okay? I want to share some video of my husband feeding a donkey. We went to a butterfly farm, a donkey sanctuary, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, let me just show you my hubby feeding some donkeys in Aruba. They can get pretty aggressive, the donkeys, but it was a great experience. Okay, so we had lots and lots of fun doing that. So, and I have breakfast with a pirate, but we're going to get into that in a second. First of all, we're going to start off this edition of 90 Day Oy Vey with a message from Jasmine that we all learned in elementary school. At least I learned it in like the second grade. Okay, so let's start off with a message from Jasmine.
So just remember, if you're on fire, stop, drop, and roll. One more time. Say it with me now. Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. So just remember, if you're on fire, stop, drop, and roll. One more time. Say it with me now. Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. So just remember, if you're on fire, stop, drop, and roll. One more time. Say it with me.
Isabella, yes, say no to drugs. That was another lesson that we learned in elementary school. Yes. Um, Christine, I just saw your comment fly by about you having a sanctuary. I would love it. Okay. I am a city girl, but I like the animals. Okay. And that was so cool feeding the donkeys. So, yes, whatever, Linda. I totally agree. This is very embarrassing. Embarrassing for herself, embarrassing for us, embarrassing for my eyes that had to watch it. Yes. Okay. So now Cara took to the ground to clear up rumors about her custody status with Guillermo. Okay. Basically, there was, I think, a TikTok account that said Cara lost custody and Guillermo has 100% custody of little Nico. Well, I'm going to let Cara tell you what's up.
First of all, I'm so glad whoever asked this question asked this question. This, to me, hands down, categorically, is one of the most absurd rumors I've ever heard about my life or my family. And I'm like 6 years on TV now or something. Um, I have custody of my son, and I will always have custody of my son unless I'm dead. If that answers your question. Not only is it crazy because I would actually have to be dead, but it's crazy because he's with me 6 nights a week. Like, it's not even a little bit like he's not with me, you know? So I don't know. I think people just like to be salacious and draw conclusions from things, I guess, from somewhere. And this is an interesting one for sure.
Okay, so she clarifies that Nico is with her 6 nights a week, okay, and that she definitely has custody. Just like in her comments here, when people were saying that she lost custody of her son, someone asked, did he really get sole custody of your son? Not sure if that was a rumor or not, so I wanted to ask the source. It takes a lot for dads to get sole custody. Yeah, they're right about that. So Kara replies, no, lol. Keeps it short and sweet. No, lol. Then somebody else said to Kara, well, you are certainly not a mother. So there's that. And she replies, what makes you think you know anything about my mothering? Okay. So if you want to know why Guillermo only has his son 1 day a week, I'm going to let Kara explain that.
Oh, it's not like a me thing. It's just how like our schedules came together in, but including Nico's like schedule and my work schedule and G's work schedule, and this just ended up being like the best way to do it for now. So that's it.
Okay, so there you go. Kara definitely did not lose any custody in any shape or form of Nico. As a matter of fact, due to her schedule, Guillermo's schedule, and Nico's schedule, she has him 6 nights a week. So there you go. Okay, you guys tell me. I'm going to blow it up so you can see it full screen. What do you think of her tattoo? I am, okay, I'm not a tattoo connoisseur. I don't have any tattoos, but I do like tattoos. My dad had tattoos. I've, always been around people that have very fancy, detailed tattoos on their bodies. So I was just wondering what you guys think about this. Okay. So Jovi did an answer and question session on the gram. Okay. And somebody asked him, are you going to move or stay in Miami? And he said, not a clue, thinking about this every day. So someone else says, I totally miss y'all on Pillow Talk. He says, I also miss Pillow Talk. Someone else said, what happened at Yara's launch party was awful. I felt so bad for her. He replied, it was pretty brutal. Yeah, it was pretty fucked up what happened at Yara's launch party. So someone else asked, do you still plan on having another baby? And he says, I would say unlikely at this point. So it looks like more and more Mila's going to be an only child. So then someone else asked, are you and Yara happily married? It appears that you are apart so much. Well, yeah, we are apart more than we are together lately. That is because Yara has become the traveling businesswoman for her company. Okay. So then someone else asked, what is missing in Miami that you had in New Orleans? And he says, family, of course. Someone else asked, what's your favorite drink? Champagne, beer, or tequila soda? That's all about I drink. So he is going on a Disney vacation with Mila. And after Mila had her princess birthday party, okay, she got to go to Disney with daddy. Mommy was on a business trip, but she is having the time of her life with daddy right down to riding the spinning teacups.
Dude, stop spinning us so fast. Oh my gosh.
Why do I take it back?
That's because of you.
Wait, wait, where's the back?
Fasting?
Yeah.
So there you go. Mila is living her best life. She is hanging out with daddy, spinning the teacups as fast as she can so she can make him puke. So, and Jovi's having the time of his life too. Okay. You could tell Jovi loves being a girl dad, and they are just too cute together. Okay. So now I want to show you this challenge that Jovi posted to his Instagram. Okay. First, I know I should have probably did this the other way around. But first, I'm going to show you Mila. Okay? So, let me get to what I'm talking about before you guys think I'm crazy. Okay, so check this out. Hold on, guys. Okay,
And you landed in the
there we
sink, which
go.
means I don't have to clean the
Okay,
mess.
I'm going to let it play again.
That was cool. All right, remember, you're trying to hit the cup. You're not trying to hit me, right?
Okay, I'm trying to hit you.
Okay, go for the cup. Right, 1, 2, 3, go. Good job. And you landed in the sink, which means I don't have to clean the mess. That was cool. All right, remember, you're trying to hit the cup. You're not trying to hit me, right?
Okay, I'm trying to hit you.
Okay, go for the cup. Right, 1, 2, 3, go. Good job.
Okay, so I'm not sure if this is some type of TikTok challenge. It probably is. So he does this with Mila, who did a really good job. Okay. I mean, I would be scared to do that with a 4 year old, but she did it. And this is what happens when you get recognized on a plane by a fan. I can imagine Gwen wanted to die. Okay. Now, like I said, Yara has been traveling, and Jovi also did the same challenge with Yara. And I'm like, okay, so check this out.
Mila, how's your day in Disney?
Here we go.
So I'm supposed to like hit the cup? Yeah, you're supposed to swing it around and see whether or not you're gonna hit my head or you're gonna hit me in the face. Or you hit the cup up. Woo! Woo! So I'm supposed to like hit the cup? Yeah, you're supposed to swing it around and see whether or not you're gonna hit my head or you're gonna hit me in the face. Or you hit the cup up.
And yes, Yara is still holding her purse. Okay. Yeah, maybe she should have put her purse down to do this. But hey, at least she didn't smack him in the back of the head with the belt. So now moving on. Julia and her parents. She shares pictures of them with Simba, her doggy that passed away. And, very nostalgic. She was glad that at least her parents got to meet Simba. Now, we all know that Julia's having a baby. Okay. Julia's having a baby shower too. And Brandon wants some recommendations, about how to do a baby shower. Should he invite his mom? Blah blah blah. It seems like everything is doing well. Okay. But Julia, being the queen of cryptic IG stories, okay, she posts this, and I'm like, what the heck is happening? Okay, so she says, I feel powerless, empty. I lost motivation and felt deceived by other people. And another thing, I went to get my hair cut and my car license plates were stolen. First of all, this chick, okay, she has more bad things happen to her car and her property than anybody that I know. Okay. And secondly, girl, what is up with the cryptic IG stories? Maureen, I didn't get to the part yet about the pirate. Don't worry. Um, so like, girl, say what you mean and mean what you say. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Andre and Libby hanging out, doing the couple thing. As you can see, their marriage seems perfectly fine. I mean, I think all the stuff, all, the tension and the drama on TV is exactly what it is. Drama. Actually,
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
that's the whole Yara, Lauren, and Libby storyline this season.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
So that's all I got to say. Okay. So moving on. Andre likes, let's see, what are these called again? Roasted and salted rosemary macaronia almonds. That sounds very, very interesting. So happy birthday, Darcy and Stacy. Screaming happy birthday to Darcy and Stacy. Florian posted to his stories wishing them a happy birthday. Now, speaking of Darcy and Stacy, only they could get away with doing shit like this because they're Darcy and Stacy. So now moving on to my Jazzy section because I've been away for a week and her shenanigans, I have to cover some of this shit. So first of all, I just want to say, Jasmine and whoever your minions that are listening to me, that will be listening to me on the replay, no one is speaking ill about your daughter. And if they are, then they truly are an evil person at heart and they have a black heart. Okay? Because no one would speak ill of an innocent little baby who didn't get to choose her parents. Okay? All babies are a blessing, all parents aren't. Okay? And that's just the fact. That's just the way of the world. So, Jasmine, if there really is a campaign to get your daughter disqualified from this baby of the year contest, yes, that's fucked up. Personally, I said that I feel like it's fucked up. That, first of all, your child has practically a full time job as a social media influencer, and she's not even a year old. Her private moments are broadcast all over your Instagram, and that you are using her, in my opinion, as a prop. And now you enter her in this contest. Yes, there is money to be won in this contest, $25,000. Okay. So, Jasmine, no one, at least from what I see, okay, no one is talking ill about Matilda herself. They're talking ill about her mother. Okay. So, I am going to share, Jasmine, and I'm just going to let this speak for itself.
I'm just so sorry, guys, to come on like this. But it's just like, I have very thick skin when it comes to me. Like, that people are not the nicest to me in social media, everywhere. And I'm okay with it. But, like, when it comes to Matilda, because, like, the kind of people that are against her, it just breaks my heart. Because she's the sweetest kid and she's so angelic and she's not doing anything to anyone. Why people have to be like this?
Okay. So, I just want to point something out because There is nothing wrong with entering your baby in a baby of the year contest. I've seen it done before with Life After Lockup cast members. And listen, the $25,000 could be an incentive. I would hope they will put it away for their children's education, or they would use it for something for their child, maybe like a down payment or something on a house, or whatever. Not just spend it frivolously. You guys know what I'm trying to say, on bullshit things like maybe, oh, I don't know, plastic surgery. Did you guys hear? I'm going to do my recaps. Okay, I know I'm going off topic, but I'm going to do my recaps about for Happily Ever After and the other way. But can you believe what the fuck Jasmine said? And I know she said she was kidding. And she probably was kidding a little bit. Okay? When she said that, she would wait until her daughter, if she had a daughter, wait until she was 10 or 15, whatever the legal age was, to get plastic surgery so she could look like Jasmine, because her eyes, her teeth, her face is not her natural look. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm just kidding." We all know she wasn't kidding, just a little bit. Okay? So, another thing that just irks the shit out of me. And it's not the fact that the baby is in the contest. I really couldn't give a shit that the baby is in the contest. But the fact that mommy and daddy put together have about a 500,000 Instagram followers alone. Jasmine has a whole shitload of followers on TikTok as well. Okay? She is using her huge social media platform, and this baby gives other babies not a chance in hell to win. Okay? Like Amanda. You guys remember Amanda and Razvan from a couple of seasons ago of before the 90 days, I think it was. Well, she recently had a baby with her new fiance. His name is Joseph. They call him Jojo. Adorable little boy. He's in the contest. Okay. Jojo, unfortunately, doesn't have a chance against Maddie because Amanda's social media following on both TikTok and Instagram is nowhere near, okay, as Jasmine and Matt. Because remember, now Matt is on TV. Matt is collecting that TLC check. So he's getting his own followers. And in case you guys did not notice this, Matt has signed up with the Minion Talent House, who also represents most of the Pillow Talk people. Most of the people that are on Pillow Talk are represented by Dominion Talent House. So now Matt is represented by them. I find that very, very interesting. Okay. So, like I said, Amanda's baby, unfortunately, doesn't have a chance against Matilda. And no, Jasmine, no one, no one, at least from what I heard and from what I've seen, and you guys know I'm in everything, has spoken ill about your baby. Okay. So now I told you guys, her Instagram stories, you will get whiplash because they are like bipolar. Okay. So first, she this is a post from Matt, from the joint account, the Jasmine Matt 90-day account. And it says the Brannon Style family. And then Jasmine is in the comments saying, hopefully one day, Mrs. Brandonstell. When a couple of days ago, she didn't want to have nothing to do with Matt. Girl, you are giving me whiplash, okay? And mark my words, this is going to be this is foundation for a future storyline. I'm going to do a video once I catch up with everything that I have to do about who I think is going to be on Last Resort 3. Okay. And then you guys let me know what you think. But I have a feeling that Jasmine will be the only cast member in 90 Day franchise history to go on Last Resort for couples therapy with not one partner, but two. Listen, I am just speculating, okay? So I'll push the button.
Warning, warning, bullshit alert.
That definitely applies to this, okay? She's like, oh, I was at my lowest. Yeah.
That was bullshit.
So, anyway, there has been a lot of speculation on the interwebs about when Jasmine's baby was possibly conceived. Okay. A lot of people are saying that she was pregnant during Last Resort. I could tell you guys she was not pregnant during Last Resort. But check this out. Okay. Matilda was born on March 21st, which brings an estimated conception date of June 28th. So now we're looking at June 28th to July 2nd of 2024. And a Last Resort wrapped up filming way before that. Okay, so she definitely was not pregnant during Last Resort, but she definitely was pregnant during the filming of Happily Ever After. And don't let a, a leopard print coat covering her from neck to ankles fool you in any way. Okay, so now Jasmine is saying that she received a lot of body shaming comments under that stop, drop, and roll reel that I shared the message to start off this video. No, and I looked at the comments myself. Yeah, maybe there were some, okay, but it was mostly, what the fuck are you wearing? What the fuck are you doing? And why are you doing this? Why are you embarrassing yourself? And apparently, this was a paid Fashion Nova sponsorship. She better watch out because Fashion Nova is going to ask for their money back soon if she keeps putting shit out like this for them. Okay? So, moving on. She is just like I said, bipolar. Okay? Because she says, imagine thinking body shaming is a flex. Meanwhile, Matt's out here happy, loved, and unbothered. She's talking about Gino shit talking Matt on TV, which, if you were in Gino's shoes, wouldn't you shit talk the dude that is boning your wife 3 times a day and got her pregnant? I mean, wouldn't you shit talk the dude? You put in all the work, you put in all the money, and now he knocked her up and she kept tripping and falling on his dick. But anyway, do not try to body shame Matt. Unacceptable.
Bullshit detected. Take
Okay. NYCNP, no. We do not have to pay for the contest. You have to have Facebook though, because they make you log on with Facebook and then you could get one free vote. But if you want to purchase additional votes, which I feel like there's a lot of Jasmine followers, her rabbit followers, and I know some of you are probably listening to me on the replay that will purchase additional votes for 20, $30 a day just to make sure Maddie is in first place every single day. And it's just the fact that she is just, I don't know if cutting corners is the right way to say it, because just like a regular mom, like somebody, I don't even want to say me because I do have somewhat of a platform, but just an old regular mom, okay, who, just on social media for her friends and family. Maybe she has about 300 followers on Instagram and maybe 400 friends on Facebook, and she has a baby and she wants to enter her baby in this contest and, asking and posting it to her social media. She doesn't have the advantage that Jasmine does. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. But um but it's okay to bold shame Gino though. Don't say Matt is short. Don't say anything else about Matt. But she could post this picture of Gino to emasculate, humiliate, and embarrass him. But that's cool. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Okay. So, also, did you hear that she's buying a house with Matt? Oh yeah, she showed it on her Instagram stories. Check this shit out. I I told you she is bipolar on her stories. Like I get whiplash. Whoop, whoop. Like okay. So here's the house. Here's the backyard, and there you go. Jasmine got what she wanted. She moved to Florida, sunshine all year round, and she even said it in the episode. You know, Michigan, but whatever. And NYC DNP, you are absolutely right. Not all of Maddie's viewers are necessarily sweet mommies. She's making her daughter catch a predator bait. Yes, she has her daughter all over her stories every single day. And it's like not even once or twice a day. Because, yeah, Annie posts her baby. Um, Amanda posts her baby. Of course, you have a baby, you're going to post. Amber from Love and Paradise. Yes. But in my opinion, a reasonable amount. Jasmine is doing it like fucking 15 times a day. I'm telling you, this little girl has a full-time job as a social media influencer. And she was just born in March. Okay? Just fucking saying. So now, she she wants to be Mrs. Brandon style one day. I think that her and Matt are going to wind up on Last Resort season 3. I don't know. I just get this feeling. So, moving on. Adnan and Tiger Silly. Totally not interested in them at all. I enjoy the episodes of Happily Ever After that they're not on so much. Zayn, he has a lovely head of hair. Oh my God, look at the head of hair on this adorable little boy. Okay? But Tiger Silly and Adnan, no interest. He loves cars. He's trying to cover up his receding hairline. But he has picked up a hobby which kind of makes me nervous. He restores antique guns. I do not, in my opinion, think that a dude with the personality that we have seen from him on TV shouldn't necessarily be restoring antique guns trying to use them. But that's just my opinion. Okay? So, moving on. Chloe. Chloe, are you still in Aruba? We're going to get to that in a second. But her list here kind of is the way my brain goes too. Okay. So I kind of get her because I have like all these notes and I write lists and I mark them off one by one. So I get her. I get her there. Okay. So now this is what you guys have all been waiting for. Johnny. Johnny, first of all, he showed me this lock picture in person. My husband was like, "Oh, that's so cool." Okay. He is so nice and even better looking in person. My opinion. Okay. I think he is better looking in person than he is on TV. I have seen the comments that he looks like a tanned, younger version of Jim Carrey. Okay. Him and my husband got along fab- fabulous. They were fucking yakking it up. I was trying to get my 2 cents in, believe it or not. Okay. So I found out a bunch of stuff about Johnny himself. And of course, I got the tea about what's going on with him and Chloe at the moment. Okay? So, first of all, yes, I did know that he was on Single Life with Tanya. He told me that he first met Tanya during the pandemic when she traveled down to Aruba with her sister and rented an Airbnb and was staying there for 6 months. So basically, she needed a tour guide, someone to take her around the island. And she, talked to a friend who talked to a friend, basically hooked her up with Johnny. And Johnny hung around her, drove her around, took her there, took her there. So when she filmed Single Life, he was automatically the first phone call. Hey, Johnny, I'm going to come down there. I'm going to be filming, blah, 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 blah. So, yes, he explained to me that he is actually familiar with the 90 Day Fiance franchise because him and Tanya are great friends. They still talk, you know, they have a great friendship. So, I knew about that. When I saw the news break on Reddit, I was like, okay, I'm in Aruba. Wi Fi wasn't the greatest. I'll just spill everything when I get back. So, yes, Johnny did tell me that, okay, he was with Tanya on Single Life. Now, his hobbies and the things that he loves to do, besides being a pirate, is jiu-jitsu and MMA. He is obsessed with MMA. Okay, he knows all the fighters. Him and my husband were talking about all that, and I was just getting lost. And he, is really into fitness. Okay, he doesn't drink. Chloe does, which I find very, very interesting. Okay. And he says, for the record, Chloe is 4'11" like me, and she could pound it down, which I can see that. Okay. So moving on. Did you know that he has been to the States visiting? He has friends that lives in the States. He has been to Massachusetts and Boston, but he's been to New York. He was in New York for a month, staying out in Long Island with the family of a firefighter that died on 9/11. He saw while he was here a hockey game, a baseball game, a basketball game. He did a football game too. He did everything while he was here. He went to Rockefeller Center. He was here around Christmas time. He did all the sites, everything that you need to do in New York. Okay. He has also been to Miami. He's also been to California. So he, the US is familiar to him. Now, you guys are wondering what's going on with him and Chloe. Are they still together? Is she still in Aruba? Well, okay, I could tell you one thing. If you guys are wondering how they got on the show, I am aware that another content creator on Instagram put out that Johnny said that he was scouted for the show in a way. And he said that to me too. But basically, this chick, Chloe's friend, okay, from what I understand, there was a 90 Day Fiance producer in Aruba during the very beginning of Johnny and Chloe's relationship. Okay. They were together for like 2 weeks tops at this point. Okay. Whew, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm really thirsty. So basically, this producer was down in Aruba with another couple. Okay. The girl is from New York and the guy was from Aruba. Now, why do I have a feeling that it is her friend that we saw in the first episode that drove 4 hours? Yeah, it's about a 4 hour drive from New York to Massachusetts to try to talk Chloe out of going to Aruba, saying Johnny's a player. Her husband knows Johnny. And she got a little touchy. Yeah, Chloe's friend I'm talking about, on a Instagram post that I did. So I said it's only the first episode of The Other Way, but are Chloe and Johnny still together? So first Chloe said, and this was from a week ago, maybe let's not be so negative. Then one of my followers, Danielle, the wedding planner, she was Stacy and Florian's wedding planner. She replied, "But this is what happens when you go on the show, because the show used to be about real couples trying to be together, and now it's more or less people just trying to become famous by being on a reality show." And then she replies, why do you think they aren't a real couple? I can attest to the fact I genuinely tried to stop her, and I was literally there at the start of the relationship. So all these pieces are coming together for me, because Johnny said that it was a couple that 90 Day was originally going to put on The Other Way. Okay, the chick is from New York, the guy is from Aruba, but for whatever reason, they decided, the producer actually decided, that they were going to go with Johnny and Chloe instead. That Johnny and Chloe was more of an interesting couple. So this is Chloe's friend with her husband, who apparently grew up with Johnny in Aruba, okay, on the same street, knows that he's a player, and tried to convince Chloe not to move to Aruba. And you guys know her mom also tried to convince her not to move to Aruba. So the tea on the mom. And if you do not want a spoiler, stick your fingers in your ears right now, because this is where you get the hottest tea and the hottest spoilers, okay? So Chloe's mom had a great hand in their relationship. Her fingerprints were all over it. First of all, I'm just going to say it. Chloe and Johnny, yes, they are still together, but Chloe is back in Massachusetts. She is back in mommy's house. And why did that happen? Mommy promised her a car. From what I understand, word on the street, mommy promised her a car. And yeah, so she is back in the States. Like I said, she is. I told you guys she's back in the States. But she visits Johnny very, very often. And guess what? She was flying in the day that I was supposed to fly out. Okay, so I was like, fuck. But as you can see here, she posted to her Instagram story today. She is on the beach of Aruba taking some pictures. She has her photo shoot, whatever going on. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to think. Well, what else am I forgetting that he told me? Mom bribed her to come back. The friend. Um, Shit, guys. I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anything. So Chloe goes back and forth. Basically, Chloe is back and forth right now. Oh, yes. I almost forgot. The most important thing. Mom offered Johnny a job at the company. And Johnny respectfully turned it down because he doesn't want to be under her thumb. He doesn't want to feel like that she has this control over him or whatever. So he respectfully turned down the job. Her mom was like, "Oh, you're such a people person. I think, I could find a fit for you in my company." He explained to me again that Chloe's mom basically started the company from the bottom up. She taught herself the whole logistics industry, and she started her own company to give Chloe um to give her the opportunity to succeed. And Chloe decided she was going to throw it away and move back to Aruba. Um, you know, if you want to tour the whole island, like I did with my husband, the first time I went to Aruba, No, we didn't rent a car. We just, took cabs and stuff like that, and the cabs are really, really reasonable. But this time around, my husband and I decided to rent a car, and that was the day that we met Johnny, and we drove around the whole island. So I mean, you could drive around the whole island, cover everything in 2 hours. That's how small the island is, but it's fucking beautiful. Okay. She's 24. She's 24. So basically, mom offered Johnny a job. Johnny said thanks, but no thanks. And now the pressure to get married is on. So there you go. Mom has her fingerprints all over the relationship. And Johnny actually told me that he said to mom, when you were 33, what were you doing? He's like, I'm still young. I don't necessarily want to settle all the way down yet. Let's just, figure things out. Okay, so hey. So Chloe is on the beach, and yes, she goes to Aruba frequently to visit him, but she is not living there. Okay, and that is the real tea, straight from the pirate. Okay, so if you see anything anywhere else, if it's not this, it's bullshit. I got it straight from the pirate's mouth. He sat there across from me eating his Dutch pancake and just spilled the tea. And I am spilling it for you guys. Okay. So to recap, basically, Johnny and Chloe are still together. Yes, he was scouted in a way for 90 Day Fiance. It all started with Chloe's friend, the one that appeared on episode 1 to try to convince her not to go to Aruba. She was with her man, and they were originally going to go with them as the couple, but the producer decided that he wanted to go with Chloe and Johnny, and there you go. That's how they got on 90 Day. Chloe's mom basically bribed her with a car to come back home, try to offer Johnny a job in the company, and he said thanks, no thanks. And she visits him frequently. I just missed her by a hair. Basically, that's the summary. If you hear anything from anybody else, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Okay, so moving on. Manon. Manon. I get it, girl. Everybody has a side hustle, especially when it comes to 90 Day. Everyone has a side hustle. I'm just happy that she's promoting things like this content course that I would love to take, but honestly, I can't afford it. Okay. And I don't know. I don't have the time. I really don't. I could convince myself, oh, I'll make the time, but I don't have the time. Secondly, her son is fucking adorable. He is so damn cute. Let me share with you.
Yeah, you get him, dude. What happened?
So Ben is adorable. Okay. And I get it. She is a plus size fashion influencer. She's using her platform to sell Sheen. Hey, listen, like I said, they all have side hustles, and at least hers is not OnlyFans, okay? Because it seems like everybody has an OnlyFans. So she's doing everything but OnlyFans. And listen, work the side hustle, okay? But the one thing that is kind of getting under my skin with her is she feels the need to explain herself. I feel like overly explain herself on her stories. And I'm listening to her stories and I'm like cringing because I know the more you try to explain yourself, especially to certain fans on certain social media platforms, once they get um a thought or they hear a rumor or they see something on a Facebook clickbait page, they take it for truth and they will run with it. So, to those people, there's no reasoning. And, I feel like cast members should just pull themselves away from certain forms of social media, Reddit and Facebook. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Reddit and Facebook are horrible to cast members. So, if you don't necessarily have a thick skin or TLC didn't properly prepare you, which I think they should have. I mean, Gabby from TLC, isn't this her job? To work the PR and properly prepare these cast members for the onslaught of criticism and shit that they're going to get for TLC's edits. So, okay, I'm going to let Manon say what she wants to say. Okay?
Yeah, it's me again, crying. Talk shit all you want about that. With that episode, I'm just asking you guys, just open your fucking mind a little bit. Stay open minded just a little bit. I said I will never go back to France. Like, I arrived in LA 10 years ago with nothing, not speaking English. I was homeless. I've been through a lot of trauma and a lot of shit. So just stay open, please. You don't know my past. You don't. You know glimpses of my life at the moment of filming. Okay?
Okay, so first of all, I get that. I get that. We only know what's going on, little glimpses. But this is once again, in my opinion, okay, it's okay to be an ugly crier. Personally, I'm not an ugly crier, but it's okay. If you're an ugly crier, it's okay. Everybody cries differently. In my opinion, I feels like she plays up the ugly crying thing for TV. She is Darcy times 10. If that works for her for TV, that's fine. I just hope that she doesn't really cry like that behind closed doors because yeah. Anthony, I feel bad for him. So, I'm going to let her continue.
Anyway, I just wanted to say something as well that I think hasn't been like said at all in the show, and I don't know if it's going to be said. There's a lot of dialogues that just have been cut. Look, in the show, we haven't even introduced Anthony at all. They skipped his intro. So nobody knows who he is, what he does, and why he wants to move to France, why he offered to move to France to save our marriage. And nobody also explained in the show, like, what are our marriage issues, right? It's just we are trying to save our marriage. Yes, but from what? Just from what? Like, the show cut a lot of dialogues. Just wanted to let you know. So there's a lot out there saying the same thing. Sorry, Benny's here playing. Like, why France? Why not a different state? Why you don't just quit your job and stay at home and Anthony works? Why
And that was one of my questions. Why don't they just move to a different state? Why did she have to necessarily stay in LA?
not marriage counseling? Guys, believe me, you don't know our past. We tried everything. And just letting you know, I refused to do the show once. I called the production and said, nope, I'm not doing the show once already before, because moving to France was a no categorically for me and for the life I wanted and for us. The thing is, like, like I mentioned again, we haven't even seen Anthony's intro. And there's a lot to explain. Maybe we owe you guys to explain it to you since the show is not putting this out there, but there's a lot. And a lot of dialogues got cut. So I don't know how I can like just talk about it without being on my story and delete it after 24 hours. Maybe I should do a reel about it. Maybe I should do a YouTube video about it. Maybe I have no idea. Maybe a TikTok. I don't know. I'll think about it later. But there's a lot to say. We tried everything. Yes, we did marriage counseling for months, when I felt like we need a divorce because I feel this is just not working. The thing is, like, since having Ben or so, I've been going through an identity crisis like from the moment I actually gave birth. I had postpartum really bad, and I'm still going through that shit after 2.5 years. It's still not going away. I'm having anxiety attack, panic attacks. My epilepsy is coming back. And anyway, it's not even the point. But the thing is, like, yes.
And when she said her epilepsy was coming back, you know that I had to message her and to ask her about it because I am epileptic myself. And yes, she was seizure free for 10 years. And now her epilepsy was starting to come back. And this is when I just took a step outside from being a content creator and I gave her advice to stay the fuck away from Reddit, stay the fuck away from Facebook. Okay. She says she is developing a thick skin when it comes to YouTube. And, just ignore, block, and delete. If anybody is disrespectful to you, ignore, block, and delete. I had to learn that the hard way. When I first started on this channel with Brianna back in 2021, people would make fun of me for every fucking thing. Don't know if you guys realize, but I have a slight stutter. And yes, that is due to my epilepsy. They will make fun of me for my stutter. They will make fun of me for the way I talk, the way I look. I still get made fun of for the way I look. I'll get into that later. But hey, I just developed a thick skin, partially because my husband put his foot down and said, either you find a way to deal with this or you don't do YouTube anymore. Because the stress and the really nasty comments that people feel the need to write under my video sometimes are just like, whoa, what in the actual fuck? What did I do to you that you felt the need to write this shit under a video that I worked so hard for? So it's like, what the fuck? Okay. Nathan, as a fellow content creator, virtual hug. Okay. It fucking sucks. It's like we put so much work into these videos. Okay. And we do it, because we want to provide content, drop tea, do recaps, and we like doing it. I like doing this stuff. I'm sure Nathan likes doing his his channel. Nathan, I want to do something with you. We have to talk, okay? I want to do something with you and we're going to figure this out. So, it's bullshit. Okay, so I stepped outside my boundaries as a content creator and I spoke to her and I told her she just needs to not read the bullshit, because then when it starts affecting your health, that's when you have to put your foot down. Okay. Yes, she chose to sign up for a TV show, and this TV show comes with a huge fan base on every platform you could think of. There's tons of opinions. Okay. Thick skin is definitely required. I definitely feel like that either Match Sharp Entertainment or TLC, the network, should be preparing, especially the newbies, okay, before their season airs, and tell them, listen, Reddit has a lot of shit. Facebook has a lot of shit. People are going to be coming at you from left, right, center, up, down, every direction, and give them coping skills and tell them what to do instead of just throwing them to the lions. But that's just my personal opinion. The fuck do I know? I'm a blogger. I've been doing this for 4 years, but I just wanted to let you guys know I stepped away and gave Manon some advice as a person. Okay, so I'm going to let her continue.
Very happy in one way that yes, I have my baby, I have my family together, but on the other way I was having, yeah, an identity crisis. I'm a mom and now I only have to be a mom. I wanted to be like a career mom as well and focus on my job while Ben was at home with Anthony, and I love that. But then same, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm being like dragged almost every day into the guilt of like, hey, you're at work, you're in the office, you're missing everything with your son. So
And we all know the working moms out there, mom guilt is real. Yes, I had to go back to work 6 weeks after I had my son. I stopped working when when my son was 3 years old because my epilepsy came out of the blue. But when I first had my son, I had to go back to work 6 weeks after giving birth. So I understand the mom guilt, and he was reaching all of his milestones with my mother in law, who I love her to death. And I'm so grateful that her and my father in law were there for me at that time and they watched him. But he was reaching all of his first milestones with them. And I was feeling like a really shitty mother. So I get it. I get what she was saying. But, she did sign up for the show. Okay. And the show is notorious for shitty edits. Okay. And I believe that TLC and Matt Sharp Entertainment needs to step up a little more. Okay. And at least, I don't know, a Zoom call with all of the newbies. At the very least, a fucking Zoom call to say, listen, you're going to get a lot of shit. And this is how you should deal with it. Ignore, block, delete. But that's just my opinion. So, the other thing that just kind of confuses me, okay? I just got a little. And Isabella, thank you so much for sending this to me. This is a post from Anthony's page back on November 5th, 2023. So it says, first time Ben was in a pool having a blast in Mexico for my sister's wedding. And then Manon says to him, you're the best papa in the world. Our first destination wedding and travel with baby Ben. And he replies, can't wait until France. And she says, OMG, me too. So much. Marcelle, baby. So back in 2023, it seems like that they were preparing already to move to France. Like they had talked about it and they decided what they were going to do. And she's excited. On Monday's episode, she was emotional at the airport when she landed. I'm going to talk about all this in my recaps, which I will get to you guys. I swear I will. But she was very emotional. I understand the emotion. But in January of 2023, she was excited. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, moving on. Eat spaghetti with no regretty. I think that's going to be my new slogan. Eat spaghetti, no regretty. So, moving on. Did you know that Sean and Aaliyah are going to be on 90 Days Diaries? Oh, yes, they are. And Sean just made the announcement. Like, he didn't even post anything. He just reshared the 90 Day Diaries trailer and just wrote in the comments that him and Aaliyah will be on 90 Day Diaries. He was hanging out with Danielle. Apparently, they're both in New York City. Why they're hanging out in New York, I don't know. I don't care. But what I do care about is Why is Danielle begging her followers to fund her girls' trip to Vegas? What happened to working your ass off, saving money, and then going on vacation? Just asking. I don't fucking get it. How some of these 90-day cast members feel so entitled, wish list. I'm not gonna say baby registries because the baby registries I kind of get, but like the birthday wish list. Excuse me, do you really think I want to buy you a fucking birthday present just because I see you on TV? I don't think so. You could go and buy your own gifts from the fucking 90-day money. Why are you asking the fans for birthday gifts? Jasmine. And then we have Danielle, who's like, oh, subscribe to my OnlyFans so you can help fund my girls' trip to Vegas. You know what I have to say to you, Danielle? And I don't know, because what the fuck do I know? I'm just one of the peasant bloggers. Okay. Uh, get a real fucking job. Not as an online travel agent, not doing your chakras and your stones and whatever the fuck you're doing. Get a real job, make some money, and then go on your girls' trip. Don't e-beg, okay? I mean, it's not very flattering. You've done other shit that's not very flattering, but this girl, just saying. Okay, moving on. Aaliyah she's just living her best life too. She's hanging out with Sophie. She's gonna give Brazilian dance classes. Her and Sean are living separate lives. We're gonna learn about it on 90 Day Diaries for sure. I'm sure we are. But these two are living separate lives. Okay. Now, while I was away, both Matts found themselves in trouble with their women. Okay. Matt Amani's Matt. Amani discovered some woman was texting him, and Jasmine's Matt discovered that a fellow cast member was sliding into Matt's DMs. So if you haven't checked out my 90-day Oy Vey mini edition, please do. Okay. Now, like I said, Amani busted Matt talking to another chick, talking crap. She went ballistic on her stories. The weirdest thing was Matt took to his stories and basically said that Amani forced him to have sex with Brenda, Annie, whatever her name is. Go check out my video. It was like, what the fuck is happening? But now, today, Matt still has that stupid look on his face, so I guess all is well. Now, like I said, Jazzy's Matt found himself in a little bit of trouble as well. Jasmine says it's always the one smiling in your face. Imagine finding out a cast member was sliding into Matt's DMs. The audacity. And then she said, got mad at him, but it didn't last. Okay, guys, put in the chat who you think the cast member was that was sliding into Matt's DMs. I want to say, okay, I have a choice of three. Sophie, okay, because you know how Sophie was smiling in her face at the tell all, and Sophie was all on her side. Her bestie Danielle, who ripped everybody apart for body shaming her, or her other friend Molly, you know, who shows her support all over the place, supported bras and all. So I don't know. Who do you guys think? Oh, that could be a possibility. That could be a possibility. Yes, that's a good possibility. But yeah, if it's true, if it's true, supposedly there's some cast member sliding into Matt's DMs. So yeah. So moving on. Happy anniversary to Joan and Greg. Okay. And Greg found a legit African restaurant in New Jersey to take Joan.
Over here at the Swahili Village in Newark. What you think, baby? Right? The closest thing I could get to Ugandan.
So, I really love them too as a couple. And I just want to talk briefly. I forgot to put them in this video. Niles and Matilda. So basically, Niles went on live again, and Matilda is waiting for her interview. And so I guess we're moving along nicely. So hopefully Matilda will be getting her interview date soon. Go for her interview, get approved, and be able to come to the US. So I wanted to give you guys an update about them as well. So Joan is doing her own shop. Okay. Check out the stuff that she sells. Etsy. Check her out. Okay. And if you're wondering how Mama Lucille and the chickens are doing, okay, single file now, no pushing, no shoving, no cow. Very nice.
Why not?
Yeah, right. But you know the process. Great. Okay, so now let's see. I wonder how Clayton is going to feel that Sarper is coming to his hometown for comedy in December. Is it in December? Gosh, guys, my eyes are so bad. Um, he's coming to town. He's going to Oklahoma on December 6th and 7th. So I wonder how Clayton feels about that. And here is Shekinah with the doggy, and she loves the way the doggy looks at her. Congratulations to Courtney on your new house. Check out her new house. So congratulations to Courtney on your house. These chicks on TLC are using their TLC money for good things. And Usman, I guess we have to extend congratulations to him. He says, I'm having a baby next year, either by marriage, side chick, surrogate, or baby mama, but it's gonna happen anyway. Okay, so I guess congratulations to Usman as well, because he's going to be somebody's baby daddy by next year, he says. Who is this cute little boy? Rob, who's always in the mix. And remember my last video? I was wondering where the fuck Jabri went. He's back, you guys. Check him out. And Miona is still with her man, Trezell. And Stephanie is off to Greece to celebrate her 35th birthday. If you haven't checked out my interview with her where she talks about unfiltered, what happened and how she fixed it, please do. Um, and she is apparently going to be baby birding some Greek food for a toothless Greek client. Whew. Okay. Now, my question, Paul, what the fuck are you doing? Now, this first video, the music in the background is insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. But I have to mute the music or I'm going to get a copyright thingy. But that's what's playing in the background as he's doing this. Okay, Paul, what the fuck was that? Okay. And in case anybody wants an update, this is what's going on.
Hey everybody, Paul here. Everybody's been asking a lot of questions, trying to figure what's going on and making their own, kind of sums up to what's happening. So I'll go ahead and clarify some things right now real quick. So first of all, yes, I'm currently in Brazil working on things and solving some things here. Cranes in the United States, working her full-time job, doing her college, and doing her thing also. Everyone's like, why are you all both in separate countries? What's going on? Big part of that is we actually both got robbed. We got, our documents stolen. So we both have to get an immigration document. So she hasn't got her replacement. Anybody who's dealt with the UCIS knows that takes up to 48 months, if not longer, to get a replacement document. So she has to wait to get a replacement document and everything else, go back and forth. So she's getting that solved as of right now. But, she's got a lot of things going on stateside with her job, so she'll probably be able to travel anytime soon. Anyway, me, I have to wait for my document to actually get, come back. Same situation, takes time, everything else. It's even more delayed because Kareem's, wasn't here. So I have to take care of things, without her being involved. So my mom's doing all right. Both my kids are doing okay. All the animals are doing all right. My dad, no one's ever saw him on camera. He's doing pretty good also. So everybody's doing all right. If you all have some questions and things for me, I'm going to clarify. I'll do some videos and clarify them. In regards to stuff going on with court, yes, I still go to court. They have Zoom links, so I can, go into court via Zoom. I can't discuss it, can't discuss what's going on, but I haven't banned the situation. I'm still involved with the situation. I still go to those hearings and things as requested. So I haven't just walked away. He just walked away, advanced session. No, that's not the case. I'm still involved. I did, we had courses and stuff I had to do online and everything else and all the court dates. So still heavily involved, but I still got to take care of these things here in Brazil.
So that is what's going on. He's clearing it up. And you know what I have to say to that, you guys?
Warning, bullshit alert.
So, Pedro, what are we reminding you of? Asking for myself and all my followers. And here's Pedro's sister, Nicole, rocking her natural hair. Now, Mina and Mark, I am really hoping that this is not going to be another Jasmine, Larissa situation. Where is Clayton? Why is he not in the States yet? What is going on with that? I hope we find out in a future season or something, because it's just, that's all I have to say about that. So, do you know it's been 1 year since Hunt for Love was filmed? Yes, it was. And Anfisa is doing a birthday month. I guess when you're young like her, doing a birthday month, is kind of cool. But when you're old like me, I barely want to celebrate the day of my birthday. Now, do you guys remember Kathleen and Richard from the first season of 90 Day UK? And I want to give a shout out to the content creator that sent this to my DM this morning. Thank you very, very much. I love it when we have a supportive community that just looks out for each other. Hey, I want to give you a heads up. I know that you cover this a lot. I don't cover it anymore, but I know you do. And so basically, you guys remember Kathleen and Richard from the first season of 90 Day UK. He called himself King Richard. I actually wanted to do an interview with him, set it all up with the 90 Day UK people, and then he canceled on me at the last minute. I barely remember who the fuck this dude is. But apparently, he's going to strike all of us down for privacy concerns. I'm going to let him tell you. Okay.
If you have used my video from years ago, whatever, you're going to start getting privacy requests to take it down because I deserve to be left fucking alone. So this is just because you're going to see all these privacy violations happening. So it'd be a good suggestion for you to go back through your content. Otherwise, your channels are...
Well, as you can see, I'm not taking his advice. I am taking his story and putting it in my video and reporting on it. So first of all, I want to say that King Richard is going down the same route as E. Scott and Kyle Gordy. They don't like what we have to say about them. So they turn around and they try to go to YouTube to get our videos taken down, privacy concerns. def, defamation, slander, blah, 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 blah. You name it. Now, you guys know I put out a lot of videos. You guys know that my tea is good. Unlike some other content creators out here that call themselves the tea master, my tea is good. Okay? So if I put something out, I vetted it myself and I know what I'm talking about. So Kyle Gordy tried to go after me for the interview that I did with one of his baby mamas. Okay. And he tried to get it taken down in the United States. And I appealed it and I won the appeal. He tried to get it taken down in the UK. I appealed it and I won the appeal. But guess where it got taken down? In Ireland. So Kyle Gordy uses the fact, and I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh my ass off here, that one video out of I don't know how many videos I did about this dude because he was so fucking gross. And I fell down a rabbit hole when it came to Kyle Gordy. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember that. I fell down the fucking rabbit hole. And he tried to get all my videos taken down. And he got one taken down in Ireland. And he uses that to try to convince other people that I'm a liar. The fact that he got one video taken down in Ireland. So, in my opinion, and the last time I checked in the US, I'm allowed to have an opinion. Richard doesn't like the fact that people are binging on 90 Day UK right now because the new season's out. So there's people binging on it and they see what kind of dick he was in the first season. And they're talking about him and he doesn't like it. And you know what I have to say to him? Oh, well, toodles. Anyway, moving on to our adorable 90 Day Children section. Okay. Emily says that ATM looks just like her. So what do you guys think? And then we have Annie's mom. No, I'm sorry, Annie's grandmother with her baby. You see what I mean? Annie posts her daughter a lot, but not 25 times a day like Jasmine does. Thais posts Alicia a lot, but it's not like shoving her up your nose like Jasmine does with Maddie. Okay? So Danielle is on a girls' trip with her friend. They, they did a stop and they wound up in a bar in Kentucky. Happy birthday. Okay, Sean says happy birthday to my beautiful wife Joanne. We have Manuel and Ashley taking a walk in the park, and we have Gabe's ex, Isabel, who I would love to interview. But the problem is the language barrier. So I need someone who I have confidence in as a Spanish translator. And I will hit her up again because she already agreed to do an interview with me. But the problem is my Spanish skills are zero. Okay. And I've seen other content creators who have Spanish interpreters do interviews for them to interpret, and it was like totally fucked up. So if you speak Spanish super duper fluently, send me a message, and I really want to do this with Isabel. Okay. So Isabella, that's right. I'm sorry. You know me, I smoke too much pot. We're gonna talk. All right, girl, we're gonna talk. Thank you. Shoosh. Okay, so moving on. Benny in Vegas, Ari, their son and his mother-in-law also in Vegas. I did not know that they have San Gennaro Festival in Vegas too. You know, we have the famous one in New York. I actually missed it, but I didn't know they have one in Vegas too. Now, you guys remember Bozo? Well, Bozo was here with his basketball team. You guys remember Inky, who was with Corona, and that shit lasted about 2.5 seconds. Here he is hanging out with a bunch of people. Now, do you guys remember Jahoon? We are talking about 90 Day the Other Way, season 1 or 2. Okay, this is a throwback. Well, this is Jahoon now. Okay, so we haven't seen him in a long time, and he is back on social media. Tata, okay, talks about her self worth, hopefully without crying her eyes out. And this, you guys, I'm going to figure out exactly what the fuck happened here. Apparently, Lauren appeared on David's live, and he was the rudest guest that David ever had. Yes, gonorrhea boy Lauren. I'm going to see if maybe David saved the live, maybe if I could find it somewhere on Reddit. So I'm gonna get back to you guys on this. I'm gonna follow up. I want to know what the fuck get gonorrhea uh gonorrhea boy Lauren did to piss David off. Joanne, I've sent him a message and I didn't hear back from him. I will send him another message and see if he's willing to interview. Sometimes my messages get lost, they read them, they forget to reply. I will send him another message. I will do that. So, moving on, just a couple of miscellaneous things before I let you guys go. I know today was a long one. Thank you for hanging in with me. I've been gone for almost a week and there was just so much going on, particularly in the last couple of days. I was like, whoa. Okay, we have Natalie. We have Pal and Russ, and happy birthday to Corey. Okay, if you guys haven't checked out my 90-day Oy Vey special report, and this was a true labor of love that I have been working on for years, okay, for at least 2 years. This will tell you exactly what happened between Cynthia and Molly. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. And speaking of mean and stupid comments, okay, I just want to say, whatever, Linda, I love her and her channel so much. Did you guys know that I met her in person when I went to Nashville last year? I didn't put the pictures out of respect for her privacy because that was during the time that she was covering her face on her channel. So I didn't put the pictures out, and she asked me if she could put the picture of me and her and me and Johnny in her latest video. And I said, sure. Why not? Of course, you're my girl. Okay. And then someone hopped in her comments and said, is that Ugly Betty? Now, you know that they're talking about me because obviously they aren't talking about Linda. Okay. So, first of all, I just want to say, think about the consequences of your words. I mean, you could really offend a Ugly Betty. I find it funny as fuck. I mean, you want to say I look like Ugly Betty. You want to say I look like Linda Belcher from The Family Guy. That's another thing that I've heard people say about me. Hey, I find it funny as fuck. But Ugly Betty may not find it funny. Linda Fletcher may not find it funny. So just think about the consequences of your words. Just saying. So before I let you guys go, I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you that watches my videos, gives me a thumbs up, recommends me to your friends, comes to my live chats, put actually sat through almost an hour and a half tonight. Thank you so much, you guys. You have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. And I put my heart and soul into every one of my videos. But all I have to say, and especially after my airport experience yesterday, every time I go outside, the public is there. Frankly, I find those conditions hostile and unsustainable. I would rather be here hanging out with you guys any night. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody in my live chat. I love you all. Thank you, everybody, for watching me on the replay. Please don't forget to double check that you are subscribed because YouTube likes to fucking play games. Subscribe, comment, like, share my video with a friend or 10. Please consider joining my membership and check out my merchandise. Thank you very, very much. Keep your notifications on. I will be doing my recaps. I'm probably going to do 90 Day the Other Way first because it was only an hour episode and it doesn't, not going to take me as much time with the screenshots and stuff as opposed to Happily Ever After, which is 2 fucking hours. And I also want to cover the episodes of 90 Day Diaries. So in case you guys don't want to watch Diaries, I'm going to cover them. So thank you everybody for watching me. See you next time. Good night.